media companies hire consulting firms to help them figure out how to get more dopamine feedback loops so that people don't want to leave the platform?
No, Senator, that's not how we talk about this or how we set up our product teams. We want our products to be valuable to people, and if they're valuable, then people choose to use them.
Are you aware of other social media companies that do hire such consultants?
Not sitting here today.
We now know that many of the major social media companies hire individuals called attention engineers who borrow principles from Las Vegas casino gambling, among other places, to try to make these products as addictive as possible.
The algorithms that they've incorporated function on the most powerful way to keep people doing a behavior, or an animal for that matter, is intermittent random reward, or random intermittent reward, that you don't know when you're gonna hit the jackpot. So you're scrolling, and then you see something. Typically it's very high, what in nerd speak we'd say signal to noise. So if you're reading some interesting things, this came out in the news, this came out, and then it's all of a sudden a riot, or a person that is base jumping off a building, or for people that are scrolling looking at bodies or something like that.
And the biggest thing that they want, why these guys, these little nerds are employed into these big companies like Facebook, retention. There's one main reason why these people are employed. It's for retention, to retain you, to keep you on the platform for longer and longer and longer. Imagine, these guys are very, very smart. These are extremely smart, geeks. They're being employed, paid hundreds of thousands of dollars per year, and their sole mission is to make the platform more addictive. Then imagine if this company has hundreds of these employees. The best, smartest minds, and these nerds, bro, they're optimizing. They're literally taking nootropics, brain altering pills and all. They do to improve their performance, their cognitive abilities, to write better code, to come up with more ideas. All of these guys are microdosing and everything. That is what we're up against. You wanted to take a step back from porn or video games or social media. You are just one young man going against hundreds, if not thousands, of these software developers, these data analysts. They know everything. You don't realize how addicted you are and the people are around you. Hopefully you're one of the very few people who've made some good progress here. And if you have, if right now you're watching this and you've made some pretty good progress reducing your social media time, reducing how much you watch porn or play video games, right now, it's nice. You're acknowledging it, fair enough. You don't realize what you've just done. You have just done something that should be impossible. If you have made progress to reduce your social media use, that literally means you are winning against these thousands of nerds. Their total pay is in the hundreds of millions per company, if not more. You versus thousands of nerds who are microdosing, who are on nootropics, who are literally employed just to make sure you stay addicted to the platform. If you've made any progress at all, bro, you're legend. And if you haven't, if right now you still feel like you are in the depths of social media addiction, porn addiction, video game addiction, it's all the same. When I talk about these Silicon Valley nerds for Facebook, it's also the same nerds who are designing Pornhub. It's also the same nerds who are designing video games. It's all the same kind of technology. All of these nerds have been hired literally for the one cause of retention. Make people stay here for longer. If you haven't made great progress just yet and you find yourself, you are still in the depths of this addiction, it's not your fault. It is perhaps one of the hardest modern day rites of passage that you could ever come across, is taking a step back. I just want you to see the life that is waiting for you. On a practical sense, if you cut out this cancer from your life, the three big things, social media, video games, and porn, on a practical sense, you will save probably more than 10 hours per week. That's realistic, isn't it? It's probably more than that. That 10 hours is literally how you, as a young, ambitious man, are able to build your kingdom. The progress that you've wanted, you've always wanted to be financially free and have freedom and success and confidence. It comes from being in control of your time. When you have time, you can then go invest that into things like learning, getting therapy, spending time in nature, sleeping more, all of these things which are so good for you. And then when you start putting that time, when you're a healthy person, and you put that time then into a business, a career, your studies, you get that success that you've always wanted, and you feel more confident, and you're making money, and you can give money to your family. I was only ever able to make any progress in life and feel productive in life at age 22. Guess what I did? I cut it all off at the same time. Social media, video games, and porn at the same time, May 2020. I cut it all off, and that was literally the start of the new chapter of my life, and I became very successful after that, because I saved all this time. Now my mental power, like my mental focus isn't going to like these girls just showing ass on Instagram. Finally, I'm harnessing it for myself and I'm thinking, okay, let's put in some work for myself for once. Let's gather my attention, my focus into my own things that will actually develop my life rather than consuming this mindless content. That is a modern day rite of passage for men. I want you to just see the vision that I see. First, the negative vision. If you don't make progress in this, if you continue to be somewhat of a normal person who makes excuses, even though your excuses seem valid, shut